but I have no pain. And my back pain is gone and my shoulder pain is gone. I actually have movement in my shoulders now where I didn't have them before, where I can put on a coat and I can actually lift my arms above my head, which I couldn't do that with before. I am active. I have not been active in years, in decades. I mean, when I say active, I mean I'm out walking the neighborhood now.
Hey, Leana, thanks so much for coming to spend time with me today.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for taking time to talk to me. I've been looking forward to this interview.
Aw, Leana, you're so sweet. And welcome to admin. It's such a great place to be, isn't it?
It is, and you ladies are just wonderful, and I felt so welcomed. So I feel very honored. Thank you.
Cool. Well, I'll tell you, it is so exciting for what the future has in front of us. And
Yes,
we all get to be a part of this, so quite fun. So I'm
yes,
sure the listeners are looking forward to hearing your story. So can you start off just by telling us a little bit about how you were feeling prior to coming to QHS?
yes. So my story actually began back in 2007. I fell down an entire flight of stairs. And I ended up damaging my knee, my back, and my shoulder. And I spent a year in physical therapy. And from that point forward, I have never walked correctly. I've been in severe pain, and my decline just went down. I became inactive, put on a lot of weight, which kind of fed into more pain. I couldn't sleep at night. I hadn't had a decent night's sleep in decades. I'd become depressed. I pretty much had gotten to a point where I was just existing. And I have two boys that I am raising, and their lives have been pretty much put on hold because it was always like, oh, mom's hurting today. So we need to be quiet because, they couldn't be kids. And, then when we would go out somewhere, they were always hovering because they were afraid that I might fall or, if I was in a lot of pain, um, then, I'd have to sit down. And so I always felt like, I was taking, their childhood from them. And I was just depressed. And I really didn't see, um, I'm sorry, didn't mean to cry. I didn't really see, um, any difference for my future. Pain was just really bad. And then I got introduced to QHS. And I was like, at this point, I'm going to try everything. My medicine cabinet is filled with prescription and non-prescription drugs. I mean, daily I was taking the gauntlet, and it would be dependent upon my pain levels. So if it was really bad, I was taking the prescription. If it was something that, I could power through, then it was the extra strength Tylenol or whatever. But I was always having pharmaceuticals. So then I got to introduced to QHS and signed up. And just the act of signing up gave me hope. I don't know if that sounds weird. I hadn't participated in anything. I'd read the website, but just the act of signing up was my first sign of maybe this was the step in the right direction. And the day that I signed up was the day that um, I joined my first Vibe Tribe. So the very first thing I joined on the day that I joined up was Vibe Tribe. And that was it for me. Everybody was welcoming. I heard stories of people. There weren't a lot of people that had their devices at that time, but the people that did, they had reported. improvements. And even those that didn't, there was like this community. And so I'm like, I'm in the right place. So fast forward, and I get my first white device on March 12th.
Just like 2 months ago?
Just 2 months ago, my first device. I just got my second device just a little under 2 weeks ago. So I got my first device, and what I found weird was the fact that I was sick when my device was being shipped to me. I had gotten a bronchial infection, and I had been to the doctor. They had me on antibiotics, and I was not getting well. I was coughing, but nothing was coming up. And my device arrived on a Tuesday, and I pulled myself out of bed, went to the mailbox, pulled it out, charged it, and while it was charging, I stuck that sucker right on my chest, and I fell asleep. Within hours, I was coughing up the stuff that had been sitting in my chest for weeks. And within 2 days of getting my device, I was able to get up and go back to work. I wasn't 100% by any means, but I could at least function, and I could go back to work. And I would say probably within a week or two, or not even a week or two, within the first week, the pain level in my knee, which is the worst, was diminished to the point that I noticed it, and that my limp wasn't as prominent. I could disguise it more. I mean, I couldn't 100% describe. If you're looking at me, you know I have a limp, but it wasn't as prominent as it normally is with the pain. Today, um, I have really just weakness in the pain. I went 15 years without really working the muscles in my knee. So it's weak. I need to build the strength in it, but I have no pain. And my back pain is gone, and my shoulder pain is gone. I actually have movement in my shoulders now where I didn't have them before, where I can put on a coat, or I can put on I can put on a shirt, and I can actually lift my arms above my head, which I couldn't do that with before. And before my devices came, I was always asking my boys to help me pop my back, because my back was just always constantly hurting, and it was a daily activity. And within 3 to 4 weeks after having the device, my son finally realized, Mom, you haven't asked me to pop your back. And I was like, because it's not hurting. And my sleep, I had forgotten what it was like to sleep. Before I got my devices, I would either be in so much pain I couldn't sleep, or it would wake me up. And sometimes I would be in tears at night because my knee would just scream at me, and I would have to hobble and down some pain medicine just to be able to go to sleep. And when I would sleep, wasn't restful. The first week I had my device, I slept and I slept. I slept to the point where I was at work yawning, trying to stay awake. And at one point in time, I used my lunch hour at work to go sleep in the first aid room that had a bed. I snuck in there and used my lunch hour to sleep because I was just so tired, which was fine with me. And now I've got energy, and I just feel better because I can sleep and I'm not as irritable, which, my boys, they like that. Um, and it's kind of a domino effect. Once my pain was, diminished, then I could sleep. And then once I got some sleep and got some rest, then, my mood has changed, and I'm active. I am active. I have not been active in years, in decades. I mean, when I say active, I mean I'm out walking the neighborhood now. I haven't done that, and I can't even tell you when. I can go out and I can walk the neighborhood. can't walk as far as I used to before my accident, but I'm working up to it. When my boys say, "Hey, we need groceries," it's no longer, dreading going through and shopping. It's okay, let's go. Let's make a list. Let's go shopping, right? I can do yard work. I can actually go out and mow, push the mower. Now we have moles in our yard, so there's holes I have to sidestep. So I have to be careful how I walk, but I can walk and I can push the mower and I can do, I can, with my shoulder improved, I can work the weed eater now. And I'm just active. I can get up and no longer is doing the dishes or making my bed or doing the laundry such a difficult chore. I can just do it. And so if you had seen me this time last year and you're looking at me today, I am a completely different person. And I am calmer, I am happier, I've got more energy, and I am ready for whatever tomorrow brings. I get out of bed in the morning and I'm no longer dreading, that first step out of bed. Um, I get up and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the day.
Bless your
So that was
heart.
a long.
I love it. How old are your boys right now, Leana?
So I have a 19-year-old who's going on 20. He's autistic. And then I have a 17-year-old going on 18. So in August, they were both born in August. So in August, I'll have a 20-year-old and an 18-year-old,
Okay. 2 years apart.
2 years apart,
Wow.
almost to the day.
Oh,
They're
wow.
20 days shy of being 2 years apart.
Wow.
So
I
yeah,
bet
and
it
their
brings them
lives have
joy.
gotten better.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Brings them joy to see you feeling better, and they probably notice so, a big time.
Yep. I was riding in the car with my oldest one, who's the autistic one, and he'd even mentioned, he says, "Mom, you're so different now." He said, because I had a short temper before. I hate to say that, but I did. And he's like, "Mom, you're so much, your fuse is so much longer." And he goes, "You're a different person." He goes, "I'm so happy to see this." And then my youngest was like, "Mom, you look so much better." He goes, "I feel so much better." And so I think they have hope. Um, I think they have hope, and I don't feel like I'm a drain on them anymore. I feel like, okay, I'm mom, I'm in charge, and you don't have to look after me. I'm looking out after you. So I feel like I've kind of reclaimed that part of me, which is a good feeling.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And more to come, right?
Yes, yes, more to come. Um, oh, we have so much that's going to be happening, and I'm so excited for it. I'm almost vibrating. I'm so excited for it.
Well, we get to have a 30-year-old body essentially
Yes.
with
Mm-hmm.
wisdom. When I was
Yes,
30, I wasn't so smart. So I was a
right,
little too playful. So,
right.
what are you going to do when you have this healthy 30-year-old vibrant body?
So, well, I'm planning to be a lot more active. But as you notice, I've got cross-eyed. It's called strabismus, and I'm really hoping that since we're going to have a perfect body, that is going to be taken care of. And this sounds strange, but I want to go look at a tree when my eyes are normal because I don't see the world. My eyes don't work in contangent. I can't see 3D movies and stuff like that. And I once had a woman describe a tree to me, and she described it as fluffy, which to me they don't look fluffy. So I want to see a fluffy tree. I don't know if that sounds corny or not, but I want to go take a look at nature and see the world the way everybody else does. And I'm looking forward to um getting out of the house, traveling. I want to go, as a family with my boys, and I want to go see places and then I want to be able to help others uh, get to the level that, because there's lots of people out there that need help, and I'm looking forward to having the energy to go and be the catalyst to help get people to where I am, at least today, but even further. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
And you'll be able to do all that and more, my dear.
I know.
And it
I'm
doesn't seem
so excited.
strange at all. Like, because we don't know what we don't know. If I look
Right,
in the backyard right now, we have this wall of trees that we planted to have privacy, and they do look fluffy. So I can see what that lady meant when she said that. So there's things that, some of us take for granted because we don't know any differently, but it's beautiful to hear that appreciation for something that you're looking forward to, because let's face it, we all have our cross to bear.
right,
Nobody was born perfect. So
right.
it's just finding those little unique things to look forward to. So thank you for sharing that. So I love hearing your transformation, like total tears to my eyes, and how quickly it happened. I think it was because God wanted to prepare you to work and help out with admin. So you needed to be pain free.
I agree with that. Right? I agree with that. I mean, because who wants to work with a cheap, painful person, right? But I was just shocked. I went in with optimism and I said, this is where I'm at and this is going to help me because nothing else has. Since 2007, I've tried everything. Nothing's happened. This is it. And I do believe the mindset that I went in with it helped. And I was just floored with how fast. And it was the pain, the first thing, the pain that started it all. The pain is the first thing that went, and everything else has cascaded. And so I agree. I think I was being prepared to be accepting of this and to, and then to improve so that I'm going to have the energy and I'm going to have the ability to help with admins and then beyond that.
Yeah, cool. Well, we love having you on board.
Thank you.
Okay. So will you come back and do part 2 post QARC?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. So what would you like to say in closing, my dear?
I would like to just tell people that, I honestly believe that the attitude that you receive and accept these devices is going to make the difference in whether they help you. And if you're resistant to it, then, it can't help you if you're resistant to it. So I would just encourage and ask people to, you know, go in with the acceptance attitude, tell your device what you want it to work on, talk to it. I've named mine Lily and Luna. And so I talk to them every day. I tell them to help me, and I would just encourage others to do the same so that they can get better.
Oh, perfect. That's so beautiful. Girl, I just love having you on board with us. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful story, and I'm sure it's going to inspire so many others.
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.